Ladies and gentlemen, the Australian Football League and Coca-Cola welcome you to today's second semi-final. Would you now please stand for the playing of the national anthem?
The Seven Sport chopper, that mighty roar at the end of the national anthem has set the stage for this knockout semi-final between Richmond and Essendon. Look at the phone out there, already instructions going out to John Northey. The toss of the coin about to be made. Here's Dipper down there.
That's Bruce. What a roar, what a roar. Bomber Thompson is calling. He's called heads, he's missed out. Brendan Gale has won the toss and they're kicking left of screen, Bruce.
Richmond to the left of screen to the punt road end. Brendan Gale tossing the coin today. Not Matthew Knights, who has filled in for Tony Free. The Tigers and the Bombers. The Bombers now breaking up. We'll get their interchange in a moment. Gary O'Donnell, such a key. Lee Matthews said during the week he felt O'Donnell and Campbell were probably the keys to these two teams in organisation, particularly O'Donnell, in the way that he organises the Essendon midfield. And we'll pick the interchange up, Ross.
Yes, we've got Doolan, Calthorpe and Masiti for Essendon.
Gee, three nuggety types, aren't they? A lot of power in the legs with Masiti and Doolan and Calthorpe coming off. And now the Tigers are coming off. We've got Prescott by the look of it.
Maxfield. Yes, and John Howard is the third player.
It's been a while since we've seen John Howard, hasn't it, at this level. Came across with John Northey from Melbourne. And now the key matchup, Salmon in the goal square, as you'd expect. Brendan Gale at full forward.
Yes, Pryor.
And look at the Essendon forward line, the way they're lining up, all very close to the goal square.
Yes, Bonder's got O'Donnell. Looks like Pryor will get the job on Campbell. Pryor had the job last week on Matera.
Campbell on his own at centre-half back. There's the Essendon lineup. Greg Scribb holds the ball aloft. We're set to go. Tigers to the left of screen. Essendon, Richmond. Somerville in his 100th. Knights can't get through the middle. Off the ground, Somerville. Free kick, no, out wide. Taken by Alessio. Tackle on him by Whitney. O'Donnell, high tackle, free kick surely. Quickly plays on. Neat looking kick to fall forward. Ricochets away. Some good defence at work by Burke. Free kick though.
The effort by Burke was pretty good at the start, Bruce, but then in getting the effective punch away, fell into the back of the young fellow there, who debuted so very well last week in Matthew Lloyd.
17 years of age. Could he kick the opening goal?
He had a couple of chances early last week and he looked very, very nervous. Still a teenager.
Kicked 2-3 last week from 50. Let's go. It's right there. Salmon's up there. And there's a free kick, and it's a Richmond free kick. And Turner's going to take it from full-back.
That squares the ledger. I thought David Burke was a bit hard done by with that free kick to young Lloyd. But this is Turner for the Tigers in the goal square. He goes pretty well straight down the ground. Gets good distance outside 50. Mark has been taken by Charles. Effervescent. Justin Charles gets the handball away to Campbell. Campbell runs down the ground. Gets near the wing. Not a bad little kick either. Weighted beautifully. And the mark is taken by Bond. Bond, very much a key player for Richmond. last week in a tagging role, didn't get many possessions. Maybe free running, he'll be all right. Kicks to the pocket. Daffy, tackled by Somerville. Down goes Daffy. Away goes Wanganeen. He's tackled and dispossessed. Harvey's in a bit of trouble. Through goes Barry Young. Short kick by that player. And the mark has been taken by Lloyd. Lloyd, who had the first shot at goal, up the other end of the ground. His kick, nearly taken by Mercury. Gets back onto his left. Then swings a hanging hand pass. Denham able to get it back to Mercury. Good play by Mercury. Gave the hand pass and then provided the target. He's kicked the half forward. Nearly taken by Tate. Kicked forward by Ollerenshaw. Into the path there of Salmon. Hand pass. Simons struggles. Can't quite take possession. Rogers overruns it. Simons goes in once again. A real struggle for possession in the right forward pocket for Essendon. And umpire Sheehan will bounce about 25 metres from the Bomber goal.
Yes, now Gary O'Donnell has swapped. He's now picking up Campbell. Bond has got Pryor.
Currently 16, going for 17. Perfect conditions. Salmon, good tap. Campbell tries to run away. Gone, holding it for him. O'Donnell's got him. Campbell can't believe it. 50 metres against the Tigers. Campbell tried to break away from the tackle by O'Donnell. He couldn't. And O'Donnell, with a 50-metre penalty, will kick the opening goal of the match. He's had his most productive season, actually, kicking goals this year, O'Donnell. He's got it. Essendon with the opening goal.
And he's such an important player, Bruce. Last week just showed his quality. His original free hit was a very good tackle by O'Donnell. Just pinned the arms there, didn't allow Campbell to get that ball away. So it was a great decision. You don't get the 50 there, but O'Donnell, not only does he get the ball, but he has such quality use of it with the handball or kicking. Pretty good player.
Somerville in the ruck. Already mentioned, playing his 100th game, Peter Somerville. Quite a few people at Essendon may have wondered as to whether he would have achieved that earlier in his career. Free kick out of the centre, and it will be taken by Deere. Greg Deere, what a Trojan he's been for the Tigers. He's kicked a half forward. Was that a push out? No. Clean mark, being paid to Fletcher. Fletcher's at centre half back. He kicks back towards the centre of the ground. Up over the top, Alessio. The problem for Richmond will be these tall players, Somerville, Alessio and Salmon. He kicks, looks forward for Barry Young, couldn't take the mark. Chance for Denham, gets the hand pass into the clear. Ollerensshaw's kick forward. Oh, well done by Turner. A bit of bustling by both players, and Turner rakes it in with his left hand. Kick short, close to the line. Marcus taken out there by Bauer. Bauer runs close to the boundary line. His kick will land near the wing. It's punched away by O'Connor from Charles. Clear for a throw-in. Magnificent crowd in pretty good conditions at the MCG for a knockout final. Howard, Maxfield and Prescott on the bench at the moment for Richmond. And the boundary throw-in between wing and left half forward for Essendon.
Deere late getting there. Bond now matching up on O'Donnell. Campbell. That one's a ball up. And Knights, Bond, see Bond trying to take the role with the O'Donnell matchup.
Pryor just delivered a little short left, and I don't think Wayne Campbell was too impressed with that.
Centre wing, Essendon with the opening goal. Richmond have got it forward a couple of times. Thompson to half forward. Deere, Somerville leaning back on him. Bouncing ball, Kellaway. He's got the job on Hurd, out of play.
You talk about key matchups. What about that, Kellaway and James Hurd? Terrific contest.
Well, last time Robbo, Hurd took 15 marks, and then last week Cook took 10, so he's vital across half forward there.
Let's have a look at Mercedes, Calthorpe and Doolan on the bench for Essendon. Hurd, Denham, quick kick, not bad this, a chance, just misses. A behind. Essendon seem to have settled a bit better. They're 1-1. Richmond yet to score.
Cockatoo Collins and Danny Corcoran on the bench also for Essendon. So Essendon keeping their injured players busy and very, very active, obviously. Turner now for Richmond. Gets another good kick away. 65 metres towards the centre. Hand pass provided by Rogers for Knights. On to Wigney. Wigney sidesteps, set back to centre half forward. It's punched away. Barry Young goes down. In goes Denham again. Gets the handball to Wanganeen. Wanganeen across his left shoulder. It's high back towards the centre of the ground. Now the opportunity for Essendon to force it forward through Mercury. And the mark taken by Salmon. 25 metres out, directly in front. And Mercury gets a pat there of congratulations from O'Donnell.
So he should too, Robert. That's the importance of getting the ball quickly to boot. And if your forwards are playing in front, they get the opportunity every time. There it is, just quickly forward, directed towards the square. Salmon, if he's in front, every chance.
So Salmon does take a long time in his preparation, but you would consider this to be a vital kick. Early in a final, you get the chances, you've got to nail them. Salmon goes for goal. It is a goal to Essendon, their second. Goal each to Salmon and O'Donnell, and Essendon lead. They're 2-1, and significantly, Richmond yet to score.
Yes, we mentioned pre-game, Robert, that he's the player that could be the key to Essendon. Coming to this game in 12 finals, he's kicked 33 goals. And here we see this quick kick by Mercury. Just important to get ball to boot quickly, forwards in front, with a chance at goal.
Back in the centre, 2-1, yet to score Richmond. Bombers by 13 points, must win it out of the centre here. Richmond with Broderick, Campbell and Knights now in there. Pryor matching up with Knights.
Yeah, Bruce, Essendon have gone 6 times inside their 50, Richmond only twice.
Campbell after it, Bond, high tackle, free kick. At centre half back. He's going to push it out wide. Gets there, tape away. Measures the kick to half forward, Charles the target. He worked O'Connor underneath it. Thompson, good little give actually to Wanganeen is away. Takes Charles on with one, on the left foot. Tries to get it past Bond, gets it to Hurd, first real touch, brought down, free kick. Hurd's free kick at centre wing. Kellaway all over him. Hurd to full forward. Salmon the target with Lloyd. Turner at the back. Alessio. Mercury. He can kick this. Under pressure. Great tackle by Rogers at the back. Pick up now by Turner. This might get the Tigers going. Turner's kick's a beauty. Out to half-back to Bond. That could lift the Tigers. Bond now at half-back flank. Yet to score Richmond. Essendon with 2-1.
Essendon doing well around the middle of the ground with their matchups. No one for Bond to kick to. Now he's being called to play on. Has to kick it high. And a terrific leap and mark taken by Young. Nearly run down, but he gets his kick away. Back towards centre half forward. The ball in dispute. No, it's no longer. Matthew Knights tidies up for the Tides. Kicks it high. Tries to wait it for Deere. Deere lumbering. Somerville making ground. The bounce is very awkward for Greg Deere. And Somerville handballs it back only as far as Bauer. Short kick by that player finds Rogers. Tigers need to move it quickly. They get it to Campbell, their playmaker. Campbell's kick is an absolute cracker. Right onto the chest of Naish. Naish is too far out to score. Goes into the pocket again. The angle is difficult. Back there is Fletcher. Gets the handball away. Ola Renshaw's got back there to help the defence out. He runs across the square. Oh, the bounce did not come back to him. He's able to recover his position and then kicks short and finds Grenvold. Grenvold is still in the back pocket. He kicks into the middle of the ground. Go Rogers! He does. Can't take the mark. The ball spills. Michael Gale and Harvey. Broderick too short. Miranda pumps it back for Richmond. But Grenvold, he's a reliable defender is David Grenvold. And he kicks it wide. Out there making good position is Young. Young will go forward for the Bombers.
With one bounce, left foot now. Gets it almost 250. Kellaway and Hurd. Kellaway tries to break the Simons tackle. He couldn't. Now Alessio, he's got some options. Goes inside to Denham. Now Salmon wants it deep. Denham kicks it in that direction. Turner did pretty well. He may have to concede. He does. And behind. Tremendous pressure there. With Mercury roving brilliantly across the pocket with Salmon. 2-2, yet to score. That's the line with Essendon leading. Rogers presents himself beautifully. Turner's kick was outstanding. Rogers on the left to Michael Gale. Couldn't take it. Harvey doing all right early. Gale with him. That's a good matchup. Gale breaks one, breaks two, steadies himself. Inside 50, all right. O'Connor and Charles. Well played, O'Connor to the boundary line. Out of play. It's 14 Essendon. Richmond yet to score.
Interesting tactic John Northey's using with Michael Gale, running him across half-forward, almost as a centre half-forward, being picked up by Harvey. Charles filling the gap.
Essendon odds-on favourites to win this game. O'Connor doing the ruck work. He's caught. Gets the hand pass away. This is Wanganeen across the half-back line. Takes a bit of a punt. Kicks it out into the path there of Fletcher. He's taken a gamble, running all the way down off Brendan Gale. Kick has been smothered. This might be costly. Can the Tigers take possession? It's Greg Deere into the pocket. Too high there for Brendan Gale. It was a poor kick. Wanganeen is there. Mops up beautifully. Short pass, awkward bounce. Very, very awkward for Simons. Naish nearly made something of it. Somerville is back there. Nearly caught. Handball away. The ball is bouncing awkwardly. Pryor is there for Essendon. His left foot kick is a tumbler and lands on the chest of Rogers, but not paid. Bond. Matthew Knights. Go Matthew Knights, say the Tigers fans. Can he kick a goal? Matthew Knights! It's there! The Tigers have got there first. And if ever anything is going to lift Richmond, it's that sort of thing. A goal to Matthew Knights.
Magnificent play. Good decision by the umpire. Didn't play the mark, played the free kick, played the advantage. Knight scooped on it. He's been having to deal with Denham for the part of this game so far. Magnificent skills. What a lifter.
Two to a goal. Matthew Knight's the goal scorer. He's playing out of the centre bounces for Richmond. Broderick's little give. Over the top now by Knights. Good play. Bond to Bauer, to centre half forward. Gale's got to take one. At the back was Fletcher, reading it well. Thompson to Fletcher. Little one okay to O'Connor at half back. But suddenly Richmond have found their feet, haven't they? O'Connor's kick in the direction of Alessio. Too tall for Whitney. Hurd running on for him. Salmon goes now. He kicks it towards him. Turner gets back there. Bouncing footy away. Tate, quick kick to half-back, hoping that it'll go out. Pryor's there, a bouncing ball. Pryor missed it. And Burke runs it close to the line and out of play. Richmond led off. David Burke called in today along with John Howard, with Jerica and Bullis missing out with injuries. Michael Long missed out for Essendon with his injury and replaced by Joe Masudi. The throw-in. Tap was by Broderick to Deere. It's unusual. Now Campbell at halfback can steady, measure it, touches it on the ground, uncertain, goes short, good kick. He waited for the right option.
Well, it was good play by Wayne Campbell. Instead of just blasting away, tried to set something up, but still Tate with no one to kick to. Now he can go short. This is measured all right to Michael Gale, just in front of Harvey. Gee, 10 years ago, you'd have seen Harvey go crashing through Michael Gale then in a final, but of course you're not allowed to do that now. The kick to half forward, 50 metres from the Richmond goal. Somerville gets the hand pass away. Wanganeen again assesses and then delivers. Fletcher getting a few touches, running away from full back. He kicks wide, out towards the wing. It's too short. And the mark is taken down here on the wing by Rogers. He's had a few possessions early. Rogers, one kick. That's his second kick. Two handballs towards full forward. Contest, Denham. Handball out wide. Fletcher, advantage paid. This is Ola Renshaw. Tries to duck back onto his favourite left foot. Brilliantly smothered. Matthew Knights. Oh, go Miranda. He's going to kick a goal, is he? No. Poor kick at the finish, and it lands on the chest of Wanganeen. Wanganeen is only 4 metres, 5 metres out from the Richmond goal. And in the finish, it was a poor kick by Miranda. But, of course, he's an inexperienced player as far as AFL is concerned. And he's still learning the caper. Pressure still there by both sides. Away goes Denham.
6 kicks Wanganeen in the opening half of the first term. Alessio, the target, he's got it. Good take. Hasn't he started well? Halfway between centre wing and half back. Gets it up to half forward. Mercury and Lloyd. Very good take by Lloyd. Oh, be careful, young Burke. The two kids playing on one another here, Burke and Lloyd. Couple of rookies. Goes to Salmon. He sits and waits, Salmon. Turner onto him. Salmon tries to push it back. Chance for Bauer. Quick give, okay. Broderick sweeps. So elegant. Goes to Deere. Had to go. Did very well, actually. Made a contest. Gave Rogers a run of it with a third bounce. Now measures. Inside. Marin to the target. He can get up. He had to. Essendon had the front. Thompson not paid. They're calling for a free kick. Wanganeen runs it to the boundary and runs it out deliberately. No free kick. He made no effort to keep it in. Very young situation, Dipper.
Yes, Bruce, he's limped off the ground. Looks like he's rolled his ankle, and they're quite concerned about his ankle at the moment.
Boundary throw in. Ruck contest, Harvey. Spins out, but he's gone. Gee, I quite wonder why Thompson wasn't penalised for holding the ball. If he wasn't awarded the mark...
They should have been awarded the mark first of all, Robbo, I thought.
Down to the wing. Mark taken by Grenville. Daffy just a little late. Hand pass away, Denham. Denham across the sponsor's logo. Kicks towards half forward. Good pass, good mark taken by Hurd. Hurd will always look at danger. Such a creative player. His kick towards Salmon. Couldn't take it. Burke. Campbell. Oh, spills out Mercury. This should be a goal, surely. Oh, Simons overruns it. And a given a behind away by Campbell. A rushed one. And gee whiz. I don't think Michael Simons would like to have another look at that.
I don't think he realised he had so much time. It was good play by Salmon to trap the ball back into play and then knock it toward goal. Clever stuff.
Two Richmond players hip and shouldered one another out of it. 5 metres behind him. Simons wasn't aware. There's a comedy of errors for a moment there as Bauer kicks from the back pocket to centre wing. Kellaway, good take. He wants to go inside. Essendon hold him up. Knight's running for him. Knights has been good early. Kick to Bond. Bond can run away. He does now. Kicks towards centre half forward. Gale the target. He had a fair bit of it. Grenville was in the front. O'Connor's give was okay to Grenville. Denham had to get rid of it in a hurry. Broderick. Oh, he's so good. Look at that. To Beauty. To Daffy. And this is what he's getting paid to do, Daffy. That's kick goals.
But also the importance, as you said, Bruce, of Broderick's use of the ball. Just didn't turn and blaze with his non-preferred right towards the square. Just chipped short. That was the right option.
Can kick this, Daffy. He's kicked more goals this season for Richmond than anybody else. 42 goals for the year. It's a floater, it's close, it's a hook in the end. So it's a disappointing result, out of bounds in the pocket. Daffy and Naish have got to be busy up forward. They've got to get goals from them, the Crummers. Wanganeen doing a job back there at the moment on Naish. Left forward pocket. Richmond needing another one. Somerville over the back. Sitting, waiting, Wanganeen out of play once again.
Bruce, while I was down on the boundary line before the game started, there was just that blustery breeze blowing, which is going to create a little problem for the players as the ball comes in for marking contests. And here's Wanganeen again. Gee, isn't he a good player? He's kicking towards the centre, and the mark is taken by Mercury. Mercury is behind the centre. His kick will go forward. And no, not taken there by Alessio. Daffy just a little slow there. Now Denham finds a path and weaves his way through. Denham from 50, kicks long, it's covered and gone through for Essendon's third goal. Denham is the goal scorer, but there was some good work done on the goal line. Essendon 3-3 lead Richmond 1 goal.
Magnificent play here. Liso got back onto the contest having dropped that mark, and then there's just that little bit of a space for Devon to go through, and his pace gets him through, settles, had the option to go wide to Simons. Great goal.
Nine touches, Denham. Fantastic goal. 3-3 to 1 goal. Knights from the centre with one bounce. Takes O'Connor on. Could he squeeze another one? Let's go. He's close. He's got it. Sensational.
That's his opponent, Denham. 1 for 1.
Well, that is a counter punch like no other.
Textbook stuff, wasn't it, Bruce? Just straight through the middle. Bit of an awkward bounce there, but he's corrected himself beautifully. Never really looked like missing.
He's now in the centre square 2 nights. They played him out of the centre square. That's the first time he's been in the centre square all day. It's not bad. 100% record. Salmon goes into the centre square as well.
Key player Paul Salmon able to go and give the big fellow a rest. As far as the ruck is concerned, Greg Deer's got to do it basically on his own. Daffy comes away. He's kicked towards full forward. Wanganeen up high. Got rid of his opponent. Fletcher back onto his right foot. Tumbles a punt kick back towards the middle of the ground. Chance there for Bomber Thompson. Didn't he play a game last week? Miranda does well though. Youthful legs by Miranda. Kick forward by Daffy. Towards the full forward area. Dropped by Gale. Wanganeen's caught. Umpire calls play on. That's a kick off the ground by Naish. Just missed. Eventually rolls over for a behind to Richmond.
Looks like O'Connor's in trouble too. Come off the ground, limping badly.
Dipper told us about Young early on. So O'Connor leaving it. Oh, danger here. Knights, what a quarter of footy he's playing. Hasn't he turned it on? Chopping off the pass to Wanganeen.
That's why those kicks are so dangerous, Bruce. They've got to be 100% on.
He's kicked 8 goals all season. Roscoe's about to kick his 3rd in the opening term of this semi-final. He was one midfielder we didn't talk about kicking goals. We talked about Broderick and Campbell and Maxfield. But here's Knights lining up from 40 metres. An important kick, leans back. Close, hits the post. 2-1 for Knights. 2-2 for the Tigers.
Amazingly, Bruce, you would have thought maybe that Essendon had had the better of this first quarter, but if Knights had kicked that goal, it would have only been 2 points the margin. 2 magnificent goals on the run, and then with a set shot he misses and hits the woodwork. Kick in has been marked by Grenvold. Grenvold is still well inside Richmond's 50-metre area. Now the kick goes wide. Punched away by Charles from Salmon. And the boundary umpire will throw it in about 65 metres around from Richmond's goal. 3-3, plays 2-2. Essendon lead by 7 points. And a very interesting first term when players in finals search each other out. Hurd runs away, kicks back towards the middle of the ground. It spills to the back. The race is on now. Which one's the quickest? Campbell and O'Donnell. Campbell's got some support, but O'Donnell does well. Gets it back towards Mercury. Kicked off the ground. Wide towards the opposite back pocket area. Away goes Alessio. Couldn't take the mark. And Tate eventually forces it clear for a throw-in. Right forward pocket for Essendon, about 30, 35 metres around from their goal. 3-3 to 2-2, Essendon lead. And Alessio up against Wigney. Certainly centimetres advantage there. Well done, Bauer. Gets it back to Tate. Tate a short kick. Okay, well done, Greg Deer. Reflexes, they haven't left him yet. The kick down the boundary line. Looks for Broderick. Tackled by Kelthorpe. Couldn't keep it in. And the umpire just down in front of us here on the wing will throw it in. And wouldn't he be a proud man? Francis Berg, father of David.
James Hurdrob has come to the back half, picking up Justin Charles now.
2-2, 3-3. Daffy under pressure, goes to ground, gets it back, well played. Broderick, the smother was good though by Calthorpe. O'Connor's situation, Dipper.
Yeah, Bruce, I'm very disappointed. Ryan O'Connor, a hamstring.
Well, that would be it for the day, you'd think. O'Connor with a hammy. Rogers onto it. Does it well. He can kick a footy. He's under pressure. The give okay. Charles.
Throwing the ball, so.
Gee.
When you handball over your head, there is a risk that you can be penalised for that.
Harvey gets it. Olorenshaw. Kellaway took a chance. Had to bring Olorenshaw down, really. Still with him. Hassles him out of it. Well played, Kellaway. He's got runners. Miranda's been busy. He's given Bomber Thompson a handful. Inside to Gale. Good kick. It was a tough one. But big forwards take them in finals sometimes. Gale. Thompson squeezes it out. Not far. Kellaway measures it. Good kick. Richmond are enjoying a very good passage of play.
Slow start, but I reckon they're on top at this stage.
Charles from the pocket. Kevin Sheedy down. Brendan Gale had a fair bit of it, didn't he, a minute ago? About 25 metres out.
He's had his hands on about 5. Bruce just can't hold on them long enough.
Justin Charles. He's played the last 10 games straight for Richmond this season.
Watch him get excited if he happens to kick this, Bruce.
He likes a goal.
He's an effervescent type, Justin Charles.
Siren goes. This to close it right up from 45 metres. Goes. It's close. He's got it! Won't he be pumped when he goes in at quarter time? And won't the Tigers suddenly be pumped up? They turned what could have been a little disaster, Roscoe, into a very good quarter in the end.
My word, that's a pressure kick. And as Robbo said, he's excited. Great lifter, as were the goals from Knights. Fantastic goals by that player.
Well, the scene's now set, isn't it, for a great game of footy at 3-3 to 3-2. Knights, brilliant. He lifted the team when they needed it most. The Denham goal could have really broken their back at that stage. I know it's early doors.
He's a terrific player, Matthew Knights. Don't forget, Bruce, a couple of... in the last 4 years, he's been very, very much in contention in Brownlow medals. And I think he's now realising that leadership is one of his qualities as well.
That counter-punch on Denham was probably the most significant play in the first quarter.
And he's the sort of player that he needs to get 15 or 20 possessions. Others need to get 30 to be the same quality. He uses
Exactly.
the ball so well.
Yeah, good point.
Quarter time in the Melbourne Cricket Ground, a full house. It's 3-2. Second quarter about to start. Semi-final between Richmond and Essendon. It was a magnificent opening. Somerville in his 100th. Dean tried to lay it to Campbell. Olorenshaw had it ripped away. Deer's kick. All on his own though, Hurd. Playing at centre-half back, as he did late in the first quarter. Measures a kick to Simons. Taps it towards Alessio. Back to Simons. Simons caught. Gets a handball away to Masiti. Punched away by Tate. Kellaway held on to. Should have got a free kick. Umpire was caught out of position. Masiti and Tate and Campbell. And out of play. Masiti playing because Long missed out. Didn't pass the fitness test. So Simons, Masiti and Calthorpe are into the Essendon team from last week's win over West Coast. Bullis and Jerica both dropped out at the last minute for Richmond, replaced by Burke and Howard. Here's Knights under pressure, taken to the ground. Essendon tried to, with numbers, get it away. Richmond with Rogers hold them up. Rowan Saws will bounce the football at centre wing.
Gee, you wonder sometimes when David Burke was penalised for pushing a player in the back in the first quarter, what has Matthew Knights got to do? Richmond fans would look at it and
It's all
wonder.
interpretation, Robbo, isn't it?
O'Donnell forces it forward, smothered slightly off the boot. Masiti's a chance, can't get the handball clear. Campbell and Bond really very prominent there in locking the football up. Gee, we've seen him do some real good jobs on top players over the years. Chris Bond. Ruckman go at it. Alessio down, but only as far as Knights. Denham there. Those tall players for Essendon, Somerville, Salmon and Alessio. They loom as a huge threat.
Yeah, Doolan's now got the job running with Bond.
Campbell dragged off the football. Kicked forward by Calthorpe. And in front is young Lloyd. He's proving a bit of a handful there for David Burke. David Burke appealing to the umpire for maybe a holding decision, but, well, you wonder. The young Essendon player was in front and took a good mark.
Well, that's what he did last week, and he just got himself in front. He's quick and he's got beautiful hands. And he's not a bad kicker either. Left foot up, very fluent.
A couple of players left Essendon at the end of last year so that this boy could be a Bomber player for a long time, one would think. So let's see what he can do with this 30 metres out. A stuttering approach, and he's missed to the left. So a disappointing result there for Matthew Lloyd. Started the game quite nervously. There's Barry Young, and some names there on the Essendon bench. Brian Wood, the runner. Darren Buick in the background. Kick in by Turner is pretty good, and he finds Kellaway.
Kellaway, they'll be pleased with him too. Hurd was shifted away, maybe to get a kick at centre-half back. Rogers was busy in the opening term. Almost trips himself up, comes very wide, the kick to Burke. It's got him now. Will Bauer run for him? He could here now. should. Could give a little one over the top. He does. With a kick, Bauer to run on. Gale deep, wants it long. Bauer can go all the way. He can kick it. He doesn't. He kicks it out of bounds on the full with Mercury in hot pursuit. Well, he put a great tackle on Mercury earlier in the match, so hard to be critical, Robbo.
His leg's going a little faster than his brain there, Bruce, I think.
It was all working.
Oh, bad luck.
He would have brought the house down if he kicked the goal.
You could see the goals looming up, couldn't he?
Mercury short to Doolan.
Doolan for Essendon. Kicks across the half-back line. Wanganeen, magnificent. Setting up play. The kick back towards the middle of the ground. It's taken by Mercury. Was that a push? No. A struggle for possession here. Gale just off the ground to the favour of himself, but chipping in is Simons. Now Harvey to help out. Harvey, a very, very experienced player in that Essendon team, but his kick is ordinary. And it's chopped off by Broderick. Goes with his right foot. Not too bad. Greg Deere is marked. He can play on. Oh, he's given it away. Come on, we're playing Aussie rules.
Oh, he's just taken the football and protected himself. Nothing wrong with that at all.
Well, Matthew Lloyd made it look a little bit worse than it was. So the free kick will go to Essendon. Short pass, player on his own. Salmon. Lloyd was perhaps a little too far out to score. Salmon certainly within scoring distance. And some indecision there as to who's to stand the mark. Bond asking for his player, Doolan, to be matched up. So we'll have another look at that on a few occasions, you would think. Certainly the elbow was there, but well, Salmon goes for goal. 45 metres out. Lovely long kick by Salmon. It looks pretty good. It's a goal. Second goal to Salmon. And the fourth goal to Essendon. 4-4 plays 3-2.
Interesting to hear the crowd going boring, boring the whole time, but he made them play, didn't he? Gee, it's a critical decision by umpire Greg Scroop there to take the ball away from Deere. And it always looks worse after you've come through. The elbows lifted afterwards. Nothing in that at all.
Four to 3-2. Salmon with a couple of goals through the centre. Miranda on the left. A floater. Daffy and Gale to trying to get into the picture. Well played, Gale, to get rid of Harvey. The give's okay to Charles. Runs a fair way. Brings it back to full forward. Gale gives a free kick away. Poor football. Absolutely blatant.
Frustrated, I think, that poor at the moment.
Got to do better than that. Fletcher to Thompson, and the bomber comes away, the captain, with a bounce. Out wide. Ola Renshaw couldn't make it. Rogers has been good. To the pocket. Not so good in terms of the kick. Thompson to Harvey. Haven't they been together a fair while? Harvey and Thompson. They've passed the footy to one another in big games on this ground for a dozen years. Harvey's kicked to centre wing. Alessio paved the way. Simon's wider. Mercury sweeps it. Cowthorpe will kick a goal. Steadies. 40 out. Kicks it. It's home. That stings, doesn't it? That really hurts you.
Yes, and the midfield running ability of Essendon could very well wear down that similar ability of Richmond. They can get tired very quickly. If Campbell and Knights can't sustain their quality, the players like Denham and Calthorpe, who have enormous capacity to run all day, can cut you up. That's a perfect example of how.
Just Roscoe Rogers' kick over on that left half-forward flank, where Thompson got possession of it again. You get hold of it in today's football, you really have to do as much as you can to keep hold of it. Struggle for possession around the middle of the ground. Gale, now Matthew Knights. Every time Richmond look as though they need something as a lifter, it's Knights. Can he kick his third goal? He gets inside, well inside 50. This will bring the house down if you don't mind, umpire. It's a goal to Matthew Knights. That is just absolutely what football's all about. You'd go millions of miles to watch that sort of stuff.
You talk about the material of long type goals in the finals, grand finals. That's as good as anything you'll see. He had Campbell running. There goes Campbell past him in support. And Knights, the clever thing, just went towards the flank and then drew a player toward him, then turned inside. O'Donnell didn't know whether to go towards Knights or follow Campbell. And what a finish.
And twice. Sensational goal by Knights. 4-2 to 5-4. He's kicked 3, and twice he's kicked goals after Essendon have got 2 in front. He's kicked the 2 most important goals of the game. O'Donnell under pressure on the right foot out wide. Kellaway got a bad bounce. Masidi onto it. To O'Donnell. O'Donnell squeezes as he always does to Calthorpe. Runs away. He was off. He was absolutely off. Play on now. Broderick onto him. Calthorpe's in trouble. He gets rid of Broderick with strength. He rides a hip and shoulder. He's out of play. He was saved by the boundary line. Richmond fans everywhere are going berserk. Look at this. As Calthorpe hits the deck.
He's kidding that umpire, Bruce.
I think we need to give Robbo a Valium.
Oh, come on.
Throw it in the pocket. Kellaway at the back. It's been a good game, hasn't it? Bond to centre wing. A bouncing footy. Essendon with the numbers. O'Donnell starting to gather kicks as he so often does, the accumulator. Gets it to Denham. Denham's been good, but Knights has been better. He was crunched. Kicks it inside 50. Oh, good grab. This boy's got a wonderful pair of hands. Has he got... No, he's going to go back and kick from 50.
One thing that's let him down in his game last week, Matthew Lloyd.
He kicked 2 points early, then squared it up with a goal in the second and 1 in the third. But at least he's getting the footy.
Oh yeah, I've got no criticism. But gee whiz, if he had been able to capitalise last week and even today, he could have kicked something like 6 or 7 goals in finals football.
Kicks from 50, the old bent knee, which will be his trademark, to the goal square. Punched away.
Free kick.
Free kick to Essendon.
Alessio.
Against Whitney, is it?
Yes, to Alessio. Umpire Rowan Sawyers, the experienced umpire there, saying there was some holding, I think he indicated initially, or a Shepherd.
Tiger fans can't believe it.
Courageous decision.
Remember, Salmon got a goal earlier in the quarter from a controversial free kick. Alessio scores the goal. Matthew Knights might have to kick another one, I think, Roscoe.
Yes, but that's what the third umpire's there for, to adjudicate in that situation, to get close to the action. If there is shepherding.
Actually ran across in front of him to make sure that
he took out his line.
Yeah.
Now the ball's not within 5. Well, if it's not within 5, my word.
Yeah, fair enough. So the Richmond fans chanting again. Boring. A couple of decisions have gone against them. Play goes on. 14 points is the margin. Important that Richmond maybe get the next goal. Greg Deere hacks it out of the air. Broderick and Calthorpe goes back to Masidi. Geez, polished, isn't he, Masidi? His kick will land in the arms there of Tate. Short kick by Tate. And Miranda marks just inside the boundary line. Goes in towards the centre of the ground. Whitney. Richmond trying to set something up out of defence. Whitney forced to go long. Contest there. Gale couldn't take the mark. Out comes Calthorpe. Hand pass along the boundary line. Masidi back. Well done. Calthorpe does equally as well with the kick. Tate attacks it. And is he going to get a free kick? No. Simon's the Essendon player in the contest. And a bit of Jack Dyer there looking on by gee whiz.
Kicked 9 goals the last time these two teams played in a final against one another.
Yeah,
Captain Blood.
Denham's been taken off Knight still and now got the job.
Denham tried to get the hand pass through. Simons again trying to hack it out of the air. In goes Daffy. He's been a little quiet. Umpire Brian Sheehan will bounce. Between wing and left half forward. It's about 95 to 100 metres away from Essendon's goal. The Bombers lead 6-4 to 4-2. At quarter time, Essendon led by a point. It was Essendon's first half of the first quarter, then Richmond got on top in the second half. So far, Essendon have had the better of the second term. Tape up high. And the ball over for a throw-in. Off hands. Chris Bond and Denham. Free kicks are 4 to Essendon, 0 to Richmond. Maybe that's why the fans are a bit unhappy with a couple of the decisions being made. Underneath that is Knights. Doolan, number 22 for Essendon. And some tight football just at the moment. Obviously, Richmond aware that they can't give away any more ground.
Sorry, Robbo. Hurd's now gone to the forward line. Harvey's got Brendan Gale has come out to centre-half forward. Michael Gale's gone to full forward, picked up by Fletcher.
Masidi to Denham. They work it back to O'Donnell. Chips away, hoping Hurd can take one from the front. Charles at the back, comes to ground. Lloyd overran it. Turner's off the ground. Bauer, Bond to provide a shepherd. Bauer kicked it forward. Rogers will have a panic here. He must use the footy. He's got one bounce and a second. Will he take Olorenshaw on? Free kick coming back here.
And a report
against Mercury. Mercury's been reported on Bauer. What's happening with Mercury Shepherd? Now the game's going on, is it? To half forward, well inside 50. Taken now by Cowthorpe, spins away. Squeezes a beautiful kick to Somerville. The vision was excellent. Goes on to Thompson. Thompson at half back. Dangerous kick into the centre. Denham cut off by Daffy. Can he carry it forward? Daffy under pressure. Wobbles a kick. Bad one. And Somerville takes it.
Bowes all right.
Bowes picked himself up. Mercury's been reported. Hurd to Simons. Mercedes loose. He goes to him now. Masidi at centre wing. Started on the interchange. Came in for long. Masidi kicks it just inside 50. Alessio. Turner went. Burke and Lloyd.
Free kick. Oh.
Play on call. Kellaway away.
Kellaway kicks back towards the wing. At the back was Gale, but in front is Harvey. Oh, there's a lion heart inside there somewhere. Mark Harvey, settle down, says umpire Brian Sheehan. No such thing in finals footy, is there, Ross?
What, settling down?
No. Harvey kicks it inside 50, right on 50, punched back, knocked away by Bond. Kick forward by Olorenshaw. Always a chance again for Essendon. Went begging, Campbell. Kicks quickly back towards the wing. And the mark is taken by Harvey.
He's been taken off Brendan Gale, actually, Robbo, and looks like Michael Simons has got the job.
Harvey on the wing. Kicks to centre-half forward. Contest, Alessio, very tall. Through goes Bauer. Nice to see him recovered. Runs and then kicks. Back towards the middle of the ground. Looks for Gale. He's out of sorts, Brendan Gale. Chance for Broderick. Well done. Into the path of Michael Gale. Goes with the left foot. Long, but offline. And through for a behind. Richmond could have done with that. 4-3. They trail Essendon, who are 6-4. And Maxfield preparing to come onto the ground.
Harvey's gone to half forward to be picked up by Kellaway, and Hurd's back to centre-half back, it looks.
Simons to Doolan. Doolan at half back. Rogers should take it. Olorenshaw well played. Punches it away to the boundary line. About 8 minutes remaining in the first half. Naish, he hasn't contributed, replaced by Maxwell.
Not a bad move either.
Brendan Gale yet to touch the football. No mark, no kick, no handball, no score. Grenville at centre wing. Centres it to Harvey. Can't get back, but Alessio. It falls into his arms at 50. And Mercury running. He's had a very good season at goal scoring department, Alessio.
Gee, give him some chance, Bruce, too. He is a big kick of the footy.
Kicked a couple of important goals in a low-scoring final at Waverley last week. Kicks from about 55. High, close, it's a goal. He's got it. That's a thumping kick. He's kicked that from 55 metres.
Yeah, about judge there, Robbo. Actually, could have gone closer as well, but he just timed it beautifully. He had the carry. This young Lloyd will come off the ground. He'll be replaced by Pryor. We'll see this mark again. Set up. Good quick hands. And David Grenville just giving the big fella every chance.
Seven and a half minutes before half-time. In a knockout final at the MCG, Essendon leads 7-4 to 4-3. Grenville tries to get it towards Salmon. Salmon in the finish. Kicks it across his left shoulder towards half-forward. Gale looks as though he might be playing in defence now. Tate kicks it towards Essendon's goal. Bauer gathers. Hand pass along the line. Alessio gathers. Kicks quickly. Could be out of bounds on the full. It is. Free kick to be taken for the Tigers in the left back pocket by Scotty Turner. Richmond, they've kicked 4 goals, 3 of them through Matthew Knights. Turner's kick goes outside 50 metres. Campbell overruns it. O'Donnell caught, gets the hand pass away. Denham swoops on it. Denham goes for goal. It's a goal. Bombers another nail in the Richmond coffin. Denham's second goal, and that break is very interesting now. 25 points with 6.5 minutes left in the first half.
Yes, and I wonder if a couple of those dubious free kicks that have gone Essendon's way early in this quarter, particularly Salmon and Alessio taking advantage of them, gave them a bit of a sniff, and now they've just taken over. Could make all the difference.
(8-4-4-3), the big margin of the match so far. Deere got a hand on it. Knights again, don't tell me. He couldn't, could he? Goes from 55. It's right there, touched. It would have been another one.
Yes, and John Northey's now moved Brendan Gale to centre-half back on Alessio. Wigney gone to centre-half forward.
6 minutes remaining as Northey barks out the instructions. They must get a couple, you would think, before half-time, Richmond. Wouldn't want to be 4 behind Essendon at half-time. Grenville away, good kick to Simons. It's got him beautifully. Oh, he dropped it. He was into the sun, but still looked to have it completely covered. On to Thompson. Goes back. Denham, 8th kick. Not bad either. Gives his forwards a chance. Pryor was there. Quick hands by Burke. Daffy ridden into the ground. Denham's handball was fantastic. Mercury let sail. Close. Very close. He's got another one. They're raining goals now. When they go in like that, you know that it's all happening, doesn't it?
Just enough carry, Bruce, and the pressure on midfield. Whilst Essendon made a few mistakes, Richmond are making more of them, and just some critical fumbles under pressure, just not having the options around, falling over the ball, and in the numbers on the rebound in Essendon's favour.
It's amazing, isn't it? Mercury gets the goal, but there was some good defensive work provided by a couple of his teammates back near the middle of the ground. Rogers misses the hand pass, then finds Miranda with his second chance. Miranda is on the wing. 2 bounces, he can go again, he does. He's now had 4 bounces. Gets up to about 70 metres out, then kicks straight back towards Hurd. And Hurd makes no mistake there. He's marked about 25 metres out, then he plays on. Gee, that's a bit of arrogance. Kicks it towards the middle of the ground. Thompson, he can kick wide. There's 2 players can raffle this. Masidi, handball over the top. Olorenshaw, no, goes short with the foot pass. Out into the path of Denham. Denham can go short. He's got Olorenshaw running, but he goes for goal and puts it into the square. The mark is taken by Turner.
A couple of his teammates will be disappointed there, Denham. Rogers gets hold of it. Maxfield calling him to go on. Wanganeen won't commit to go forward. Rogers' kick, not bad to Gale, had to take it. Went with one hand, didn't. Simons goes to ground. Gale falls over. Maxfield's tackle was okay. Wanganeen to mop up, as he usually does so cleverly. He's so patient. He won't give it away. He gives it to Hurd. Concedes the ground, but refuses to panic. Hurd's kick turned over to Kellaway. Kellaway's kicked the centre-half forward. Charles stretches, worked under the ball. Grenville swoops. Maxwell was hard on him. Play on call. Fletcher gets stuck into Maxwell. It's on behind play. Simons goes forward. Richmond have got to stop the rot. Broderick goes hard. Leave it for him, Greg Deere. gives it to Knights. Knights at 60, caught. Ball ricochets away. Mercedes and Doolan's in there. Knights with him. Gale, Richmond desperate. So are Essendon. And Essendon are going well. They're 5 in front.
Or if that was a square off too, Bruce. Grenville not so good at the moment.
Just caught him around the neck a bit.
And his head hitting the ground wouldn't have done him much good either. Simons gets a kick out of the congestion towards half forward. Brendan Gale misses it. Alessio, 2 Richmond players. Alessio with the football underneath. The umpire decides on a bounce. Centre wing. Alessio with a wry smile on his face. Essendon lead 9-4 to 4-4. It's out to 30 points now. And 2 players, Bond and Denham. The umpire bounces the ball. I'm sure that will just help the game go on. And he does that eventually. Gale gets his left hand to it. Forced forward there by Rogers. And only as far as the boundary for a throw-in. And Barry Round, an interested onlooker. Brownlow medalist. Conjointly with Bernie Quinlan, one of our commentators. Boundary throw-in just forward of the wing. Deere gets his left foot to it. Kicks it to half forward. Grenville's recovered from that heavy knock and eventually takes it over. A bit of spirit there still between these 2 sides. They had a terrific contest in the home and away games that ended in a draw. Essendon hold the ascendancy at this stage. 2 3/4 minutes before half-time in the elimination final. They lead 9-4 to 4-4.
Deere lays it down. Campbell in pursuit. Just the one kick in this turn for Wayne Campbell. Was on his left foot under pressure at centre-half back. Hasn't been able to get hold of the footy. Kevin Sheedy. Richmond desperate for a late goal or 2. 1 will help the spirits, 2 will really help the scoreboard. And the Bombers are sitting on a 30-point break. 9 goals to 4, Cowthorpe. Cowthorpe and Mercedes off the interchange have both been important. Barry Young, Ryan O'Connor both injured, unlikely to come back. Denham Wanganeen gave it away, signed a little one. And is that salmon underneath all of that? The legs of a fish. It was.
Strange sort of fish.
A big one, Roscoe. You'd be proud of a catch like that. 4-4-9-4. Deere, Salmon. Salmon in the ruck. Deere probably just wins it. And Simon's happy with Michael Gale. Michael Simon's back today. Michael Gale missed a number of matches. Nash getting ready. Kicked 3 early in the match against North last week.
Richmond are only able to kick 1 goal so far in this second term. Thompson, tackled by Maxfield. Umpire allows play to go on. Still a congestion. Maxfield, can he get past? Well, a free kick has come out of it. Maxfield had the footy, but the umpire deemed that as a ball that should come back to the player infringed against, which was Michael Gale. He goes short. Simons gets in the road. The lead was provided by Charles. Fletcher gets it to Wanganeen. Wanganeen doesn't mind running across the face of goal to try and set something up out of defence. Mercedes marked. Goes short again. O'Donnell is marked. O'Donnell 50 metres from Richmond's goal. You feel that Essendon would be quite content here in just retaining possession the way they're playing the last couple of minutes of the second term. And Alessio has marked the kick from James Hurd. Down under a minute left. Alessio kicks high and long to left half forward. The ball spills to the ground. Harvey helps it over for a throw-in. So with less than a minute left, Daffy comes off the ground. Nash goes back onto the playing field for Richmond. Picked up quickly by Grenville. Gale at the back. Harvey can't get the ball clear. Eventually Broderick. Rogers. Handballs further forward. That boundary umpire, he's been overworked in the last couple of seconds. This would be about the 4th throw-in he's had in much the same area, right down in front of us on centre wing. 9-4 to 4-4, Essendon by 30 points.
Dear Salmon. Now Doolan out of the ruck to half forward. Mercury, a quick kick. It was the way to go. Burke couldn't quite. Pryor with him. Turner. Richmond need to force it towards the line. Turner under pressure. Kept in play. Burke under great pressure. Well done. Comes away from half-back. Richmond running out of time and kicks it out of bounds on the fall. They're in trouble, the Tigers. They're only halfway through, but they're in a hole at the moment. It's pretty deep too. Simons, inside 50. Somerville, Turner. Ola Renshaw, Hurd, Simon's gone, no score. But Essendon have set up a sizable lead at half-time. Gee, Brendan Gale will be disappointed. 4-4 to 9-4. Alessio's got 2, Salmon's got 2, Denham's got 2. Knights has got 3 for the Tigers. Start of the second half, can the Tigers come back? They go to the left of screen. 4-4 to 9-4. Greg Deere and Somerville. Somerville won it comfortably to Cowthorpe. It was held up by Broderick. Knight slung away in the centre. Free kick coming. It'll go to him. He was the outstanding player for Richmond in the opening half. Swings it wide to Daffy. Daffy with a high kick. He's kicked the ball very badly today, Daffy, including one shot for goal. That is a waste out wide and out of play. Might sound hard, but...
I agree with you, Bruce. I think if a player gets into the open like Nick Daffy did, then he's got to do a little bit better with his kick.
Particularly when Matthew Knights is giving it to you, and he's kicking the footy so well. Gale in the throw-in. Missed by Daffy. O'Donnell, just a little one over the top, wanting Cowthorpe to run onto Doolan. Doolan back to O'Donnell. O'Donnell certainly beaten Campbell in their battle, and that one ricocheted away from Cowthorpe and out of play. 9 kicks O'Donnell, 3 hand passes. Young Lloyd now on the interchange bench. You can see Mark Williams in the background with the headphones on, and Shea Cockatoo-Collins sitting in, and O'Connor and Young will be sitting out as well, both injured.
Broderick trying to get clear. Campbell, kick across his left shoulder. Good. Ground made by Rogers, away to Maxfield. This could do something for Richmond's cause. The kick to the full forward area. It's taken by Charles. Watch this boy leap in the air. If he kicks a goal, he can't. Hooks it too far. So the first score of the second half is a behind kick by Justin Charles, and Richmond trail by 29 points. The kick in has been marked by Calthorpe. Doesn't do a bad job, David Calthorpe. Started on the bench. The short pass has been marked there by Mercury. Mercury goes out towards the wing. Knights over the top of Thompson. Knight slips the handball to Campbell, much to the pleasure there of Ross Glendinning, but that kick has been marked safely by Simons. He's able to run on, gets past his opponent, and then kicks out towards the centre of the ground, where it's taken by Mercedes. Essendon playing confident football now. Calthorpe goes in towards full forward. Salmon is marked, and he's well within scoring distance.
That's the way to do it, Robbo. Just get possession off half-back, run straight through the middle, have players on the overlap, and then the pass coming to a leading forward. Chest high.
It's not bad, is it? I mean, Salmon obviously lapping this up. You can see Calthorpe running beautifully from defence, and that pass was a beauty to Salmon. His kick 2. So anything better than 3 goals in a final from Big Paul Salmon would be satisfactory. From Essendon's point of view, he gets underneath this kick a little bit and hooks it through for 1 behind. 2 goals, 1 to the Big Fish, and the margin back to 30 points. We're still very early in proceedings in the 3rd term. Big crowd at the MCG, and a lot of Richmond supporters looking for their team to make some sort of a resurgence in this second half.
Broderick to Bond. Howard on the ground, and so's Prescott. The kick to centre wing. Tate was there with Alessio. Here's John Howard. Goes to ground, tries to paddle it through. Daffy makes some space at centre wing. Neat looking kick to Gale. Oh, well played though by just used his body on Gale. Goes away to Mercury. Breaks one tackle. Then goes on to centre half forward. Knight's against the flow. Kellaway's done a good job at the back to Broderick. Broderick goes back to Howard. Does break one tackle, gets to Bauer. It's heavy weather though for Richmond. It's a poor kick. Hurd gets it, takes it. Still not a touch for Brendan Gale. Hurd at centre wing. Measures a kick to centre half forward. Alessio the target. Has a fair go at it. Broderick. Little handball. Now Bond under pressure again. Not far, free kick shortly to Bauer. He's got it. At centre half back.
Bauer for Richmond. Calthorpe just cribs a couple of metres.
He's not actually on the mark. It's Mercurius on the mark on the edge of the centre square there.
Bauer's kick goes wide, finds Kellaway. Kellaway at left half back. Gale still can't get into the game. Two Richmond players fall over. And away goes Olorenshaw. Gets it back to Doolan. Doolan runs and then kicks with tremendous definition towards full forward. Gee, that makes it difficult for the defence. And a good interception provided by Harvey. He's dragged off the football. Play allowed to go on. Campbell in a bit of trouble. Gets the handball away. Howard trundles it in front of himself over for a throw-in. At right half forward for Essendon.
Michael Gale coming off and be replaced up there by Naish.
Looks as though he may be in a little bit of strife with that left leg, fairly heavily strapped Michael Gale.
Alessio and Howard. David and Goliath there. Gets it to Mercedes. Squeezes one. Tate. He's going to go. Decided not to. Keeps it low for Naish. Good kick, actually. Naish away from Calthorpe to half forward. At the back, Rogers. Charles goes to ground. Gets back to Rogers. Had to give a handball away. Broderick works it back. Gale. Short. Good kick to Burke, who dropped it. And then gives it up. Simons. Gee, the Tigers are in big trouble, aren't they? Olorenshaw to Simons again. If they score a goal out of this Essendon, it's really going to hurt. Up to half forward. And Howard puts his tail out and takes the mark. He's only played 2 games of senior footy this year. Kicks in towards Gale.
Oh, great mark.
It was a very good mark by Mercury. Courageous. Heart of the centre square. Neat drop punt. Alessio had a couple of goes. Bauer can't quite break through. Ball ricochets away. Denham normally good in a situation like this. Gets it out. Harvey slings it around high. Richmond in the box seat. Tate. Ooh, got it. Can play on quickly now, Robbo.
Go to the far side where Broderick has made good position. Richmond must make something out of this. They've got clear possessions a couple of times, gone forward and wasted it. Campbell marks in front of Mercury. Essendon player down behind the play. It looks as though it's Denham. Maybe just a foot problem. The kick in towards full forward. Knocked away from Brendan Gale by Hurd. He's a frustrated man, Brendan Gale. He just cannot get into this game. He's had just one kick and we're into the 3rd term. That's Denham, the player that I was referring to, just having a bit of trouble with his right boot. Campbell, now Mercury, back onto his right foot, kicks it in the direction of Hurd. He's a very accomplished footballer as James Hurd. He directs play towards the centre. It goes over the top. Denham is there. Chipping in was Kellaway. Down goes Harvey. Calthorpe to Olorenshaw. Olorenshaw makes it impossible for Turner. Puts it right onto the chest. Lace up for Salmon. He's 40 metres out directly in front. And the Tigers, a real battle in front of them.
And those players we just saw quickly in the midfield there, Harvey, Denham, Calthorpe, their quick hands, just outstanding. Just the first option, instinctive stuff. All of a sudden you get a shot at goal.
Salmon going through his accepted ritual now, preparing for a shot at goal. He's kicked 2 goals, 1, Paul Salmon. This will make the margin 6 goals. It'll be a big climb back. Well, Salmon's done the Tigers a favour. He's missed. Russell Morris, what's wrong with Michael Gale?
Yes, Ro, a bit of wear and tear on the left knee and also the customary ice. So obviously they'll have to have the physio to look at it and see how it comes up after that, Robbo. So good luck to Michael Gale.
4-5-9-6. Turner goes long, gets good distance. Deer the target. He flew with tape. Bond read it well. Was going to give it to Knights. Decided not to. It was the correct decision. Then had to go away and head too good again. He's having a field day now after a slow start.
8 marks, Bruce.
8 marks. Gee, what a player. He does it so easily. Now, is this against Simons? No, got to go back over the mark. Hurd's kick was a beauty. Simons chips away. Essendon have played keepers off, haven't they? Quite a bit today. Mercury at centre half back. He goes out wide. Somerville in his 100th game. Salmon makes the lead now. Somerville kicks it towards Big Salmon. There's a big stretch. John Howard away. Just a floater. Not good. Straight to Mercury. It's not happening at all for Richmond. It is happening for the Bombers. Grenville. Doolan's kick. Slews away. Not good. Take by Naish in the back pocket. Naish wide. Good kick. That's better to Daffy. He makes it at half back. He's wasted a lot today, Daffy. Chips away for Charles. He's onto it. Fletcher easily gets rid of him. Then Fletcher runs into the boundary line and out of play. It's 9-6 Essendon, 4-5 Richmond.
I think when we came in, we really did wonder about Richmond's ability to kick a big score, and Dennis Pagan, an interested onlooker. And it has just come to fruition. Richmond have just had lots and lots of problems kicking goals. 3 of their 4 goals kicked by Matthew Knights. The ball towards half forward. Can Rogers get one? He's wobbled it, and it's wobbled through for a behind.
Alessio comes off for Essendon. He looks okay, and replaced by young Matthew Lloyd.
5 goals. Well, Richmond, just the mere fact that they haven't been buried and there's still a quarter and a half of football means that there's still some chance. Essendon have pretty well controlled the game, but they lead 9-6 to 4-6. So 2 quick goals to Richmond, and it could be an interesting last quarter. Struggle for possession out here on the wing. Simons does pretty well. Nearly kick forward for Richmond. Still Michael Simons in the action. That's Jamie Tate. Just trying to force it forward rugby style. Denham gives the hand pass away. Wanganeen kicks it high back towards the middle of the ground. The mark is taken by Somerville. That wasn't meant for Somerville, but he was there anyway. A high kick by that player will land close to centre half forward. No one there for Essendon, and the mark is taken by Naish. Naish looks as though he may be having a run on the ball. His kick goes wide. This is Tate. Tate goes down the ground, kicks into the pocket. 4th in line. That's nearly a mark, is it, to Justin Charles, close to the ground. The umpire deems it as a ball up 50 metres from Richmond's goal.
Gale to full back and Turner into the forward line. It's a fair point, Robbo, you made. Essendon didn't quite bury West Coast. They still won, but they couldn't kick a goal in the last quarter last week.
Well, they are controlling the game, Bruce.
But a quick couple would tighten it up. Charles from just outside 50. Rogers, can he get a run at it? Simons cuts across and out of play. What did they concede last week? It's just 8 goals, I think, against West Coast.
Yep.
And they've only conceded 4 as Alessio sits it out with O'Connor. They've only conceded 4 as we're now deep into the 3rd quarter. Gee, it's been a while since Richmond actually has kicked a goal. At the back, Daffy, free kick. At long last for the Tigers.
Yeah, it's against Grenville, just hung on for too long. This could be their opportunity, Bruce. There he is. The ball's gone in front of him, hasn't got control of it, just pulled by the left arm.
Last goal they kicked was at the 3-minute mark of the 2nd quarter. Knights' 5 bouncer, a beauty. Robbo, as you just sat back on that as Daffy kicks the goal. Well, you don't know, do you? I mean, there's still a long way to go, but it's only 5 goals to 9.
Yes, and there's no question that they can certainly get themselves right back into this game, but I just sense that Essendon have still had control pretty much through the midfield as well, and every time Richmond have gone forward, even though some of the kicks coming from half-back and through the midfield have been pretty poor, they really haven't anyone who's stood up and taken control. And Gale is now centre half-back on Salmon, who's moved out to centre half-forward.
Daffy, the goal scorer for Richmond, their first since early in the 2nd term. Tony Jewell The expression on his face doesn't change much during a game of football, but that may have given them something to look forward to. Oh, away goes Matty Knights again from the square. It is a long kick, but it's been marked right on the line by Simons. He's able to run away, gives the hand pass to Fletcher. Fletcher kicks high under a bit of pressure. There are some signs. Just a little bit of flow by the Tigers. I mentioned 2 quick goals. If they get one out of this foray forward and maybe just squeeze another one, this game is far from over. Rogers kick to the front of the square. Who can mark this? Campbell up high, couldn't take the mark. Gee, that'd have brought the house down. Wayne Campbell, the favourite for the Brownlow medal. Kevin Sheedy in the background. Goes for the phone. Ruck contest in the pocket. Taken out of the air by Charles, is it? No, it's Turner. Richmond get the 2 goals that they were badly seeking. And it's just an 18-point game.
Yes, I mean, he hasn't seen much of the footy today. Scotty Turner, that's his 7th kick, and what a vital one too. Grabbed this out of the throw-in. Obviously not a renowned goal scorer being a full-back. That's his 3rd for the season. No more important one than that one.
Gee, if only they can get something out of Brendan Gale.
Next 5 minutes will tell a tale, won't it? Because they're being challenged now, Essendon. Let's see them respond. 9-6-6-6. Somerville. Knights has to concede. Gets the handle. They need a quick take. Well done, Daffy. It was a half volley under pressure to centre wing. Maxwell didn't run hard enough. Wanganeen did. Look at this. In trouble. Crunched by Deer. Play on. Campbell out of the centre. A wobbler. A floater. Oh, beautiful mark. Under tremendous pressure. Stood his ground and took a finger tipper. That was a class act. Heard from centre half back. Salmon the target. Well, in front of Gale and takes the mark. Poor Brendan hasn't been able to take a trick. Out wide. Tate and Massini. Tate, good fly. Ball goes to ground. He's outnumbered. Essendon, you can see they're putting the pressure on here. They know they must respond to take the life out of Richmond in a hurry. It's 9-6-6-6. 42-60. Michael Pryor. Just a handful of footy games. Can Richmond get another? Somerville. Daffy went to ground. Prescott was in there. And it's a bounce at about 45 metres. Essendon attacking. Yet to kick a goal in the second half, Essendon. And we have been playing 16, 17 minutes of this 3rd quarter. They were scoreless in the final term when they won last week. Bowers' handball didn't go far enough. It goes off Masudi, out of play.
Boundary throw in. Some anxious supporters watching. 45, 55 metres around from the Essendon goal. The ball spills to the back. Matthew Knights, Basidi's hand pass. Mercury, to no one in particular. Prescott made a good contest out of it. Bowers caught there by Grenvold. The ball just tucked in there to Bowers' tummy. So the umpire decides on a bounce. It's about 55 metres from Essendon's goal. They need 9-6 to 6-6. And unbelievable reversal by the umpires as compared to the second quarter. The free kick so far in the 3rd term, 5 to Richmond, 0 to Essendon. This is Mercury with the footy for Essendon. Kicks it inside 50. And still Gale can't get at it. Somerville, in goes Gale this time. He's got the football, but the umpire's decided on a bounce. 35 metres from the Essendon goal, pretty well straight in front.
Naish a bit stiff there, I think. He put the tackle on Somerville and then had his head nearly ripped off. At centre half forward, Salmon. Naish read it all right. Out wide, wanting Bond. But out of play. Disposal by Richmond's been below average today. Barry Rawlings, the old Tig with Peter Knights, the 2 men who were leading Hawthorn this year and were sacked last week. Bond. Give by Denham, Bauer, Campbell. They've been on to Campbell quickly today. That handball okay to Daffy. Daffy at half-back. Kicks the ball to centre wing. Burke. Is that a quiet one? Broderick. Normally good miss. Maxfield. It was important. Now they cut it off. Turner gets it back. Maxfield out of sorts again. Alessio well played. Still well played. Prescott puts the tackle on him. Knights. Handball didn't get very far. O'Donnell's down behind play. Here's Campbell through the centre. Little one to centre half. Well, they weren't looking, the Tigers. He gave it up. Hip and shoulder was okay. It goes forward. Nash is a great finisher. He surely will kick the goal. He has. They're back. They're back in business.
And the stretch is going out to O'Donnell too. And Michael Simon's got the good hip and shoulder from Maxfield. He's in a bit of trouble too at centre half back as we see O'Donnell down. Turner with the hip and shoulder, didn't see him coming.
There's Gary O'Donnell, and he was crunched unceremoniously by Scotty Turner, but he's got a big heart. Have a look again. Gee whiz, it was a solid bump, wasn't it? As O'Donnell spun to follow the ball, Turner wiped him out. And O'Donnell will have a spell on the bench. Let's hope he recovers, because he's just been one of Essendon's great players over a long period of time. Very much a ball player. Not saying anything against Scotty Turner. He kicked one of Richmond's goals, Scotty Turner, from the ruck contest. But O'Donnell goes down here.
Just turns to follow the footy. Didn't see Turner coming. No chance to protect himself.
A terrific second quarter, O'Donnell, when he cut Campbell right out. Quieter in this turn.
And Mercurie's now got Campbell, has had him for this quarter.
Remember, they've got two injured players, Essendon, with Young and also O'Connor.
And Simon's in trouble too, Bruce, from the hip and shoulder he got from Maxfield.
But I think O'Donnell, in the context of Essendon's quest for the flag, let's hope he's okay, because if they can squeeze their way past this, he's such an important player to them, isn't he? Absolutely. I mean, you've seen him cut players out, but you've also seen him get heaps and heaps of posies.
Ross, we have a situation where Essendon under pressure, no Michael Long, no Gary O'Donnell in the midfield for the moment.
So that needs a Calthorpe or a Denham or something like that to spark them up.
And you'd say that Long and O'Donnell all being equal with their keys in the midfield. They went in without Long, and now O'Donnell's off. What a change in this game all of a sudden.
Well, this is interesting. The boos may be against Essendon.
Holding up the game. Yes, I was going to say that, then they held him on the boundary line for a minute or so.
Well, Pryor's on the ground. O'Donnell is having a spell on the bench. We'll wait for a report. He looks as though he may be all right, but gee, that was a heavy knock. Grenvold misses it altogether. Kicked off the ground by Nash. He's been an important player. Turner back to Daffy. They get one here. Have a listen to this. Have a listen to this. Daffy kicks his second goal, and this final is alive and well. It's Essendon by 6 points.
And didn't we say before the game that they'd have to have Nash or Daffy to step up and kick 3 or 4? But I'll tell you what, Nash has got one in this quarter now, Daffy 2, make all the difference.
8-6 to 9-6. 3 goals out of Nation Daffy suddenly. A goal the difference. Salmon's 2 misses suddenly become important, don't they? At the other end, as Maxfield goes out of the centre, gets it to the 10 metres. Tigers in the front spot with Burke. Comes away. Simon's under pressure. Well played to Hurd. Hurd's kick will be good. It's very good to Honor Renshaw at half-back. Salmon could have put Essendon 6 goals in front from 40 metres early in the turn. Goes for it now. And Hurd runs it out. He's playing some sort of a game. He's Jimmy Hurd.
They're going to get a free kick against him, yep. James Hurd kicked the ball away after it had been deemed out of bounds.
Still playing.
And he's flattened the bloke down the ground too. The umpire never saw it. Unbelievable. He was lucky there. That could have been nearly a goal shot.
Knight's kicks. Nash picks himself up. Turner's been pretty good. To Charles. Charles at 55. Goes short to Burke. He's got him. He's got the kid in the pocket. He wouldn't have kicked too many goals this season, young Burke.
In fact, just the one, Bruce.
Just the one. Well, could he double the score here, Roscoe, and make it all square from the pocket? We are right behind it. 35 metres out, coming back. No, it's a point. It was actually never going to get there. I was giving it a ride.
Oh, dear. That's a, what do you call that, a death wish in reverse? Giving it a ride.
Yeah, good, Robbo.
Thompson, he's kicking towards the members' side of the ground. They're going to go forward again. No, a free kick. It's been paid against Richmond. It'll go to James Hurd. He's at right half-back. Goes short. Doolan, you wouldn't reckon that they've got that much control that they can play keepings off now, Essendon. Doolan's wobbly punt kick. Lands near the wing, and Nash just looks as though he's lifted his intensity on Olorenshaw there, and Gary O'Donnell, dipper.
Yeah, the good news is he's okay. The doctors have gone through all the tests, and the only thing is Essendon has only got virtually one player to use, and that will be Gary O'Donnell if needed.
Taken by Mercedes, good tackle. Bowers, little kick. Daffy did well with the old round arm. Should give it to Maxfield. Will he take his man on? Actually, good kick in the end. Bouncing footy. Chance here. Rogers, not bad. Still in play.
No, it's out, Bruce.
Out. Good call, Roscoe. It was close. It was a good move by Rogers. Wanganeen with him.
Back himself, yep.
3.5 minutes remaining. Grenvold in trouble. They're going down like 9 pins, the Bombers.
And that's his second heavy knock in half an hour, Grenvold.
In the pocket, left full forward. Turner, slewed around, Rogers could take it. Bouncing ball in the pocket with Thompson, still in play. Rogers hit off it, going to ground. Campbell on hands and knees. Little give, couldn't quite get it to Broderick. Taken by Thompson. What drama here at the Melbourne Cricket Ground. Thompson's kicked a half-back. Alessio suddenly looks tired. Essendon's legs are a little weary. All of a sudden, Daffy gets the handball away, only as far as Harvey. Harvey out wide. They need a goal, the Bombers. Well played by Prescott. Prescott runs away, gets it inside 50. It comes off, and Bond couldn't quite take it. On his hands and knees, but Richmond are at full throttle now.
Grenvold in a bit of trouble, and that's another heavy bump provided by Scotty Turner. If he's done nothing apart from kick a goal, he's delivered 2 very heavy bumps on Essendon players. Streaming through now, Harvey to Wanganeen, or Hurd it was to Wanganeen. And then the kick has been marked by Simons. Simons in the middle of the ground. Can Essendon get a goal to finish off the third term? No, not on this foray forward. It's chopped off by Jamie Tate. He can go short in the middle of the ground. Bauer goes short, still to the middle of the ground. It's Maxfield. So they've suddenly got a few more options around the middle of Tigers. Maxfield, a long kick towards full forward. Burke in front, couldn't take the mark. Swept out by Broderick. Now a chance for Justin Charles. Gets it to Daffy. Can he kick his third goal? The kick smothered off the boot. It rebounds back towards Harvey. He just has to slow down a little bit. Then he spots a player wide. It's Mercedes, and Mercedes is marked. He's not far away from the middle of the ground. Just a little bit of panic being shown now by Essendon. Mercedes kick to right half forward. Prescott up high. Effective punch. Kelthorpe was looking at maybe going off the ground. Knights. Little kick by Howard. Now a chance for Mercury. Tackle is Alessio. He got the footy all day. And the free kick will go to Big Greg Deere, and he did well. He just harassed and eventually got it. No one to kick to. Broderick is a long way down the ground on his own, but Greg Deere will go shorter to the wing. Campbell, well done. Qualities of a real good player there. Under a bit of duress, he's had a fairly quiet day by Campbell's standards, just 12 possessions. But you just have to keep getting into the action and not give away any little advantage to the opposition. Campbell it is with the ball at left half back for Richmond, and then kicks it 55 metres towards goal. Gatherers by Daffy. Hell didn't have the football. James Hurd was the offender, but Daffy played it well. He has lifted his game. He's been asked to play on. He kicks it inside 50. Marking contest. Naish, snapshot by Naish. He's coming around. It's a goal.
They're in front, Robbo.
Naish has kicked two.
They're in front. Is that the first time today they've been in front?
They've kicked 5 goals in this third quarter, and Essendon yet to get one at the other end.
I'll tell you what, Robbo, you suggested before that maybe Nation Daffy got a bit of a rocket at half-time. I'll tell you, they've produced with 4 in this quarter between them, 2 each. They certainly responded in the right fashion.
First time in front today, the Tigers. 9-7 and 9-6. Wouldn't Kevin Sheedy love another interchange right now? In the centre. Can Essendon get one? They haven't scored a goal in this quarter. A free kick out of the centre. There's not much time. Doolin. They soak up a second or two. They need a mark. A high fly. They've got it.
Not paid that mark, I don't think, was it?
Not paid. It's three-quarter time. Brian Sheehan not paying the mark to Somerville. That's got to be one of the most sensational quarters of football we have seen in 1995. Somerville there. He had 1, he had 2, he had 3, he had 4. Gee, that
I would
looked
have played
a
that
lot.
mark.
Absolutely.
What's wrong with that?
He had it all, didn't he? As the two camps go, Ross, can you remember a more dramatic turn of football this season?
Not really, Bruce, and just great admiration for Richmond. I said at the beginning of that quarter, about 10 minutes in, I should say, that I thought Essendon was still controlling it, but by gee, the surge by Richmond was just outstanding. That's what their persistence has been like all year. And Nation Daffy, fantastic.
And just the Salmon misses. I know it's easy, but he had a couple of shots, didn't he, Salmon, from about 40 when they were cruising away.
And a couple of hips and shoulders, O'Donnell and then Grenvold, copying them from Scott Turner. As Robbo said,
he did well, didn't he, Ross?
well, he went to centre-half forward, kicked that goal out of the boundary throw, which is important, gave them the spark. Laid off a couple of hips and shoulders and can make a difference.
Well, it's a tight game, and those just a couple of little things like that can make a bit of difference. I mean, the quality player that O'Donnell is, he's of no good to Essendon sitting on the bench.
Well, what doesn't Campbell feel better with Pryor running alongside?
Well, that's exactly it, Bruce. That's the point.
Okay, it's three-quarter time, and the scores here are Richmond 9-7, Essendon 9-6. We start the final term of the semi-final between Richmond and Essendon. The first time in 51 years these two famous clubs have gone up against each other in a final. Grenvold through the centre. Daffy's first kick. Richmond are a point in front. It was a goalless third term for Essendon. Here's Daffy. Spins and turns. 14th kick coming up. Gets it to 50. McCurry did well. Gave a little shove on Burke and paved the way for Fletcher.
Well, he started in the back pocket, McCurry, one of his better attacking players, Kevin Sheedy, in the back half.
Naish, Lloyd. Naish will do well just to hold this up against the taller player. Naish paddles it towards the boundary line. Missed by Masiti. Lloyd goes back. Doolin in trouble. To Ola Renshaw. Ola Renshaw on the old left leg. Harvey and Tate. And out of play at centre wing. Tremendous transformation in 20 minutes of football. Remarkable the change in this game. Just the body language now by the Essendon players compared with earlier in the day. It's oh so different. And Richmond, who had no options at all, have suddenly got a few. Deer's quick kick. Daffy and Grenvold. Lloyd went without it. Turner gets back. The 17-year-old Lloyd has a crack at it. Naish has been important in the second half. Runs away with a bounce. He's a fantastic kick for goal. He could do it. He's at 45. He goes and misses. It's a behind. 9-8 to 9-6. Richmond charging home here. Dennis Pagan made the point on Talking Footy. If you look at Michael Long, that North have kicked 40 more goals than Richmond in the final quarters this year. Well, Essendon have kicked about 20 more, Roscoe, when you look at the stats. But Richmond have got the momentum right now.
They certainly have.
Long time between drinks for Essendon too, Bruce. Goalless in the third term and still having a bit of a struggle at the start of the last quarter. Mercury got a chance here. Pryor in the middle. Goes long and direct. Good long kick by Pryor. Bounce all important. Gale met it. Hurd hand pass. Salmon dragged to the ground. Sweeps it clear. Harvey taken by Simons. Simons across his left shoulder. Out of bounds on the full. Maybe there was a hand pass on.
I think so, definitely, Robbo.
Maybe his vision has disappeared under the pressure being provided by Richmond. The kick goes back towards the wing. Broderick, a key player. His left foot kick lands at half forward. Again, the bounce all important. Thompson made it his. Not able to gather. It's forced over. Justin Charles and Scotty Turner, two of the taller Richmond players. Left half forward for Richmond. The Tigers lead 9-8 to 9-6. You wouldn't say as a spectacle it has been a fantastic game of football, but as a contest, the people here are enthralled. Somerville over the top. Broderick tries to get it clear. He's got another chance. Handball. Rogers fumbles. Then knocks it clear. Maxfield leaves it behind. Goes after it. Tackled fiercely by Gelthorpe and Thompson. And the ball will be bounced 45 metres from Richmond's goal. Richmond trailed at half-time by 30 points. They turned that around in the third term to lead at three-quarter time by a point. Thompson again.
Knight's on the end of it. Oh, bounced it as he was caught. He's holding the footy.
Doolan's done a great job on him, Bruce. He really has.
Doolan to Harvey. Harvey with a little one. He's usually very cool to Pryor. Pryor at centre wing. Essendon 9-6 to 9-8. Gets close to the man on his mark. Salmon on the end of it. Gale, just a little push, and Salmon's taken a good one. At 55 metres, Salmon wants to get on with it quickly. He's got Alessio in the goal square. Kellaway drops across to take the mark. That's going to be a key duel now. Kellaway versus Hurd. Prescott's kick. Campbell's got a panic. Can run away. One bounce. Two bounces. He's drawing his man to him and he kicks it towards centre wing. Charles got hold of Fletcher and it's out of play. Right in front of Seven Sports commentary box here. We've got the best view of the MCG. O'Connor and O'Donnell look on. Will O'Donnell come back? It will be a big call by Sheedy. Fletcher's left-hand handball not good. Bond courageously. The hip and shoulder was fair.
They're in trouble, both of them.
Denham, they are in trouble. As a bounce to the ball, look at this, Bond and Fletcher just behind these two at sixes and sevens.
Fletcher might have come off second best here.
It was very fair. Now Bond's picked himself up. Fletcher's still in a bit of strife. Remember, Essendon's got a litany of injuries at the moment, and Bond shakes himself clear. Another look at this hip and shoulder from the two of them.
Gee, it was terrific, wasn't it? Great football. Pryor, oh, that was too high, Maxfield. Too fierce. And Pryor, Fletcher just leaving the scene in the hands of one of the trainers. The kick is short, very short. Spills to the back. Masidi trying to break clear, having no luck there. Tigers, you get the feeling they can sense victory.
You also get the feeling there won't be a lot of goals, Kid.
Well, they were looking down the barrel at half-time, and Fletcher now looks as though he may have recovered. Essendon with two players on the bench suffering. Barry Young, well, three actually. Barry Young, Ryan O'Connor, and of course O'Donnell, who was decked quite heavily by Turner in the third quarter.
Still at centre wing, Hurd lays it out. Prescott came on at half-time. Knights, high ball into the centre. Rogers, couple of Essendon players. Thompson, Daffy got a little bit of it. McKirry's handball good to Cowthorpe. Inside 50. Essendon, Gale can't take a trick still, but did well to get in front. Kellaway, look at this. Maxfield, he's got Rogers in support. He could have gone on. Goes long. Burke and Turner their chances. Punch away. Who are the crummers? Fletcher's picked himself up well. He fell over. Harvey can't quite break it. Richmond have got a wonderful chance here. Broderick, here's a go. Rogers misses to behind. 9-9 to 9-6. I just feel that one goal either way will make such a sweeping difference in this game.
They're certainly running better in numbers. Their preparedness to get up and assist teammates is much better than Essendon at the moment.
The kick in is to Harvey. Harvey can go down the wing. This kick is very, very important. And he does, with precision, find the captain. Bomber Thompson. Short kick. Goes over the back. Olorinshaw is the advantage there. It is. Now the umpire's called it. No. Olorinshaw not awake up to it. And it comes back to Alessio. Goes in short towards the middle of the ground. It's Doolan. He's got a player that he could have nearly given the hand pass to, which was Thompson, but kicks it high. And Chris Nash is marked at left half back for the Tigers. Well, gee whiz, what's that all about? Well, obviously no penalty because it didn't hold play up all that much, so Nash eventually kicks high towards the wing. Harvey up over the top of Turner and interferes with the Richmond player in his endeavours to try and spoil Turner with the free kick. He's right on the wing. Richmond lead by 3 points. They're 9-9 to 9-6. Oh, good mark. Strong mark. Big, strong man. And that's what you'd expect from Somerville. He goes wide. Now,
Has to go back, Robert.
is that a little bit pedantic, Roscoe?
I think so.
It's umpire Greg Scroop, I think, officiating
Yes.
there, and he's asked Peter Somerville to come back and do it all again. Now there's no one on the mark.
He's going to say he's going to come back. There's no one standing on the mark. The umpire's showing him where it is. Now we can start.
Can still go to Harvey, but goes longer. Lands near centre-half forward. Spills to the back. Callaway has been a grand defender. His kick across his right shoulder. Out there into the path there of Bond. The bounce was kind to Chris Bond. He gets back onto his right foot. Now he kicks in towards the centre of the ground. Prescott has taken the mark. He's had a few important possessions. His kick has been very well marked by Somerville. You still think, maybe Roscoe, that those big fellas for Essendon are going to be
Make
the
a
key in the
difference.
finish. Pryor gets through some heavy traffic and then kicks towards the full forward area. Taken by Alessio. Makes a contest again. Kelthorpe crashes his way through. He's tackled. Well done by Jamie Tate. Stand up, son, and he did. The tackle was so important. He's a good player, this boy. He kicks wide to right half back. It's taken by Broderick.
Broderick keeps it wide to Deere. Gets it, the big man. Burke leads for him. Deere kicks to Burke. Gets him. Good play. 3 neat passes by Richmond. Should keep it maybe in the pocket, I reckon. Campbell's the kick. Goes towards him. He can take this. Well done, Pryor. Maxfield. Campbell. Out of play, but it's at 50. No goals kicked in this final term. We've been playing just over 10 minutes. Essendon has not kicked a goal in the second half. Remember, they didn't kick a goal in the last quarter last week. Charles to the goal square. In front, Rogers has got it.
Now, Bruce, I think you're very right with the body language comment you made before. There's no question the Richmond players look, the chins are up, they look more assertive. There's a few hands on hips from Essendon players looking fairly tired.
It's been all right, Rogers, 11-7. This to give Richmond a 9-point lead. They trailed by 30 at half-time. They hit the front for the first time in the match, late in the third quarter. Rogers from 15 metres out, lines them up and kicks a goal. Suddenly, 9 points seems like a mighty big margin.
Particularly when you haven't scored for so long from Essendon's point of view. No goal since half-time, as we mentioned. And it's good work by Charles to get the ball out of the air quickly and put it forward. I said before in the first quarter, Essendon got a goal in a similar situation, and Bomber Thompson just got caught out there.
certain amount of concern now in the Essendon coach's box. And nothing changes. The lead inside is Richmond, but not much animation from their coach, John Northey. Crashing through is Daffy. If he didn't get a rocket at half-time... Oh, go back, Justin Charles. Nearly took it. Against the flow. Maxfield kicks it across the face. Rogers again. How the dickens did Maxfield keep the ball in?
It was great effort by Charles too, just to go back and make the contest. He missed the mark. He insisted on keeping the ball in the air, and that kick by Maxwell, as Robbo said, just outstanding.
Well, out of position was Bomber Thompson, but I don't think there'd be two more crucial kicks in the football season this year than the previous one by Matthew Rogers and this one coming up.
He kicked two last week, Robbo.
He has been a good player also for Richmond since crossing from South Australia. He's kicking from 15 metres out. He makes no mistake. The Tiger fans are pretty happy about that. 2 goals for Rogers. And after Matthew Knight's kicked 3 of their first 4, doubles have come from Rogers, Naish and Daffy.
There's no question that there's that attempted mark by Charles, which is so important in not allowing Fletcher a chance to get the ball. That centering kick by Maxfield, very good. He's been pretty effective since coming on. Started on the bench. This is what Richmond have been like all year, their persistence, and perhaps not given enough credit for being able to do it all year.
The Tigers have kicked the last 7 goals in this match. Essendon now need 3 to win. Hurd got it to Doola. They need one in a hurry. Hurd's little one over the top to Cowthorpe. Trying to tap on. Wanganina was brilliant early. Hurd again. He's going to get a free kick. It looked lucky. Centre breaks 13 Richmond. 5 Essendon. You reckon Hurd's the man, Ross? If anyone can turn it around, he is the one. At 70 metres. High ball to full forward. Salmon up. Howard punches it towards the boundary line. It's out of play.
Well, Hurd's been their best player, Bruce. 15 kicks, 9 marks, 6 handballs, particularly when he's in defence, very good.
But hasn't kicked a goal and needs one, doesn't he?
And it's to be noted, Bond, one of the very important Richmond taggers, has got Wanganeen in the middle of the ground.
Alessio in the front spot tried to lay it down. Pryor caught by Naish. And Naish and Daffy have been so important, haven't they, in this second half revival. Free kick to Richmond going to Naish. They were both so disappointing in the opening half. As Robbo said, wouldn't Daffy have got a rocket? So would Naish have. 88,308. It's the second biggest crowd for the season. Mercuri's got it at centre wing.
Well, Essendon need to get a goal quickly. Mercuri's kicked to half forward. No mark. Tapers there, and now a free kick being held onto was Howard. He clears the pack at centre half back, goes wide to Prescott. Prescott goes in towards the centre. Not bad vision. He was going to blast away. Then found Daffy. Daffy to half forward. And a chance again. Turner, make a hero of yourself. Well, he is left lamenting along with 40-odd thousand other Richmond fans.
Better good move that, turn it to the centre half forward, Robbo.
Well, they really were struggling, Ross, weren't they? I mean, Swooper really had to toss it all around and hope that he came up with a solution. Calthorpe has got the football for Essendon. Looks to play on. Then does. You're gone, Denham. You're still gone. Richmond will get clear. Campbell. No, Denham nearly made amends. Calthorpe. Bauer. Campbell. Rogers. A long bomb to the square. At the back, Maxfield, a high flyer. He's still got a chance. Maxfield. Oh, kick it off the ground, Justin. Couldn't get his foot to it. And it's a rush behind to the Tigers. Well, it's certainly been a tremendous struggle. 11-11 to 9-6. Only 20 goals scored in modern football so far.
Could you believe it, Robbo, that Essendon has not kicked a goal in the second half?
Well, they really have struggled. I think it's been Richmond's middle-of-the-ground players that have certainly helped the Tigers.
Hurd to Grenville. They need 3 goals to win Essendon. Where will they get them from? Howard. in trouble. Threw it away. They might get it from this. Simon's at centre-half forward. Goes short. Alessio's got it. Well, Howard was caught.
Now it's his man that's got the footy.
Alessio, very important early, kicked 2 goals in the second quarter when things were happening. This to give Essendon a chance. This to be their first goal since half-time. They must kick this to win the game. They can't win if he misses, I reckon. It's close.
Hit the post.
Hit the post. They've got 7.5 minutes to kick 3.
Well, you wouldn't think they could do it. I mean, Richmond's defence has been, well, I think quite sensational throughout the year. A lot of their players have stood up under pressure.
They kicked 3 points from half-time, set shots from Salmon, and Alessio. That's been their 3 scores since half-time.
Kick in by Bauer. Kick in was marked by Bauer, then to Campbell. Or Tate. Is he going to get a free kick? Yes. Just pushed out at the last minute. So everything happening now for Richmond. They're in front by 16 points. Kick by Tate will land 50 metres out. Good grab. The effervescent Charles. He's nearly 60 metres from goal, but he'll land it nearly in the square. Turner! Oh, he kicked it anyway. He got his left foot to it and kicked a goal. Scotty Turner's second goal in the second half of an elimination final has been absolutely fantastic. The young man from St Arnaud, fullback 1 minute, a goal kicker the next.
Well, I think he's been the catalyst for the turnaround, Robbo, just his physical presence and the fact now he's kicked 2 goals, one in that third, and that's a critical one. That does make it pretty tough.
8 goals to none in the second half. One of the great comebacks, this one. Somerville through the centre. Out wide. Ola Renshaw at 55 metres. Good kick, a chance. Oh, well played, Gale. Has he been paid? No. Salmon ripped off it. Gale gets a kick away. He hasn't had too many today. Straight to Lloyd. Essendon have got 6 minutes to kick 4 goals. Lloyd goes long.
That's one.
That's one of them down. Their first since half-time. The 17-year-olds kicked it.
Well, there is time for them to get the rest. So important they get the next centre break if they're going to be a chance here. But the defence, Robert, you mentioned before, of Richmond really has been so very good all year. Today they have stood up, particularly when we didn't think they could match up those tall players like Salmon, Alessio and Co. and Hurd if he was down there. They've done it pretty well.
It's not a bad kick by young Lloyd either. He struggled early with his kicking. Richmond nearly get it forward, Daffy, but this is Harvey. Harvey's left foot kick. Lands, well done, Gale. Made it his. Still a chance for Essendon. Mercury beaten for it this time by Prescott. Gives away a little bit of ground back to Callaway. Callaway out towards the wing. Chris Bonder's mark. Goes in short. Taken by Howard. He won't make the same mistake as he did a few minutes ago. His kick is wide. Taken by Naish. Naish is between wing and left half forward.
Good running by Bond.
Goes short. Bond's got it back again. 11 kicks, 4 handballs to Bond and 2 tackles. Long kick by Bond. Lands at the point of the square. High flyer there was Burke. He couldn't take the mark. It's forced over on the full eventually. And the free kick will be taken in the right back pocket. O'Donnell warming up. You wouldn't think he'd come back into this hothouse. This is Kelthorpe with the footy. Short to Mercedes.
12-11 to 10-7. 5 minutes of football left for Essendon, or maybe Richmond, but you'd think it was Essendon. They've got to conjure some magic. Denham has been quiet since half-time. He and Knights played on one another early and played such a significant role. They were 2 of the key men in the first half. Denham's kicked to centre wing. Alessio gets it on now. It's still at half forward, a long way from goal. Lloyd front spot. With him is Tate. Knights to try and mop up. Hasn't had a lot of kicks, but he kicked 3 goals that were unforgettable in the first half. That's a wonderful kick to Bond. Richmond aren't going like winners. Bond at centre wing. Turner the target. Grenvold with him. And Turner so competitive in the forward line. Gets a free kick. Hanging long. And as Ross Glendinning said, this man has been one of the big reasons for the turnaround. 2 goals in the second half. Turner from 60 metres. Tries a torpedo. It lands almost in the square. Fletcher at the back. Naish's handball. Daffy's left foot snap. Bouncing. It's a behind. It's 12-12 to 10-7. Daffy has had 15 kicks in the second half.
Yes, and Naish has had 11.
And they've got 4 goals between them.
Correct.
Also some bad signs for Essendon. When Lloyd got the ball on the half-forward line just a few minutes ago, he was 1 against 3. McCurry gets around Rogers. Thompson quickly. Harvey caught by Bauer. Gets it away only as far as Knights. Underneath there is the football. Now it's a throw deemed by the umpire against Knights. Doolan to Denham. Denham in the direction of Alessio, but Howard outbusses him and has marked safely at centre half back. He can go wide. Perhaps the shorter option would have been better to Tate, but he finds Naish wide of Simons. Now Tate, keep going, and he does. Receives the hand pass and then goes short to half forward. Charles couldn't take the mark. This is Wanganeen. Gives away a little bit of ground. Denham. In turn Fletcher. A heavy bump between him and Bond earlier. Mark again to Howard. He's been reasonable since coming on the ground. He's had 5 kicks and 1 handball. He finds Naish. Naish is on the wing.
It's a good move by John Northern. He let Naish roam a bit when he brought him back on. He got him into the game, and he and Daffy have been huge in the second half. Ross giving out their stats a moment ago. At centre wing, Naish goes for distance. The Richmond chant goes around the ground. Somerville takes the mark. Sweeps out the handball to Simons, who's had a bad game. Just hasn't been able to fire today. Came back from injury last week. Gives it away to Naish. He can really kill it here, Naish. This will be sweet if he can goal. He hooked it with everything and kicks a point. But it's a 3-goal game. Naish with 2 goals too. 12-13 to 10-7. And Richmond will be playing Geelong at Waverley Park next Saturday afternoon.
And Essendon, who led by 5 goals at half-time, will be mothballs for this year. Knights, little kick, quite prepared to waste a bit of time and give an extra possession to the Brownlow medal favourite Campbell. Campbell is not quite up to half-forward. He's about 75 metres from goal. He doesn't mind. His team leads by 3 goals. He kicks across the ground and finds Bauer. Bauer will go long. It'll land in the square. Who can make a hero of themselves here? Somerville to no one in particular. Daffy crashes past Simons. Daffy! Snapshot misses to the right. Nick Daffy, 2 goals, 1. And the Richmond fans are pretty happy. The Bomber fans will go home from the MCG today wondering what happened in the second half.
As the scarves come out and being waved around.
It's amazing, isn't it, how it comes back to haunt you. Still a struggle by Essendon. Harvey, Hurd, chopped off. Denham, wider still, Pryor. In turn, McCurry in all sorts of trouble. Terrific signs for Richmond when 2 or 3 players go in to apply a tackle. And little wonder, because they can sense that their surge will go another week forward, where Geelong will be their opponents in the preliminary final. Just 1 week away now, Richmond, from a potential grand final appearance. Oh, Brendan Gale, left foot kick. Bond and Lloyd. The ball goes over for a throw-in.
This will be the first time Richmond has won a final since the second semi-final 13 years ago. It is a long time for fans to wait for a win in the final. 13 years they've waited to win a finals match.
It's great for the competition, Bruce.
Little give by Mercedes to Mercury at 50. Mercury to bomb away. A late Essendon goal maybe. He's got it, I think. It's there. But it is an anticlimax. Mercury's second goal. 12-14 to 11-7.
He's had a pretty good day, Bruce. 16 kicks, 10 marks, 7 handballs, and now his second goal. He's continued on his good form from last week. He's played all over the ground today, predominantly in the forward area last week. Even started in the back pocket in this last quarter. Due reward for good effort.
Bruce, another point too that Richmond and Carlton played an old Buffers game at Windy Hill to try and keep them in the competition a couple of years ago.
Dead right, 12-14 to 11-7. Jack Dyer coming out here to raise that money that day, leading from the front. Free kick against Essendon, and they've done it, the Tigers. Saw John Northey waving the jacket. Here's Matthew Knights, who kept Richmond in the game early. He's down there with Russell Morris.
How do you feel? Oh, mate. It was one of them butt-gusting games, and we were behind a little bit early, and we showed our grit and determination and got back in there. That's what this side's all about.
5 goals down at half-time. What did Northey say to you at half-time?
We knew they had a big game last week against West Coast. The Childs just keep persisting and keep running. Play on at all costs, and we eventually ran them off the legs.
They 3 fantastic goals in the first half. Yourself a couple of chances.
Yeah, I tried to get the boys going a bit of inspiration in the first half, and I'm just lucky it paid off.
So go for the boys. Sensational stuff. Thank you.
Matthew Knights with Russell Morris, Essendon. Well, they gave it their all, but so did this team here. Last time they were in the finals is 1982. Somerville leaves the ground.
Like the Tigers of old, we're strong in their bowl, right? We never give in till the final siren sounds. Now, how typical was that of that Richmond performance?
They were gone. 6 goals behind almost. They trailed by 5.
They can beat anyone, Bruce.
Well, they've got Geelong next week. We shouldn't look too far ahead because there's some great teams, but boy, oh boy, if it was Carlton and Richmond in the grand final, look out. Wouldn't that get the old town rocking a bit? The Blues and the Tigers. But there are a lot of other teams to be reckoned with yet, and there's a long way to go. Ross, it was one of the great comebacks.
Particularly when you consider they were without Bullis and the big fella Jureka. We thought they might have been undermanned, and then they had Michael Gale on the bench for pretty much 3 quarters. So their effort in getting forward and their youthful exuberance was just outstanding.
A couple of injuries during the year have sort of taken a little bit away too. Matthew Richardson, their captain. They just keep on fighting on. They find someone with spirit to get in there.
Persistence has just got to be admired. It really has.
I'll tell you what, Brendan Gale will look for another week. He'll be happy to go out there next week, won't he, to have another crack at the game?
Well, the good thing about it, he kept at it, he kept presenting himself, and as you say, he just gets hands on the ball. I mean, in that last quarter, he could have taken a mark, fumbled it, and they went to their advantage anyway, so it'll turn around.
Well, they've had some great days, haven't they? I mean, Northey played in a couple of premierships. We talked to Francis Burke, who played in 5. This has got to be one of the great days in Richmond's history. It's not a premiership, I know, but had they gone out in straight sets and lost by 6 or 7 today, a lot of the good work during the year would have just dissipated towards the end. They have got so much to take to Waverley next week.
And there's still the sceptics today, Bruce, wasn't there? I mean, there were still people saying, were they good enough? I mean, I even thought today, the early part, here we go.